find a lot of college students come in is very serious. They look at their degrees and say, I want to take classes A, B, C to get myself to X, Y, Z. They've lost the love of learning that they had as children. And so we do a lot of activities that outsiders would look at and say, well, that's a lesson they did in 3rd grade. And it is. But we're also looking at the science involved in it. We're doing some of the background research they probably didn't get, but I'm also trying to reignite that passion that they had as a child now in their college education.
Jared's a very unique teacher. He's really laid back, and I think that makes the classes a lot less stressful than others. Out of all of the STEM teachers I've taken, everyone pales in comparison to Jared. With his love for the field and his knowledge of what he's teaching, he truly is the best.
The lab offerings and things that we have really gives students the opportunity to get hands-on experience, not just learning about the scientific method, but actually doing different experiments and applying the different scientific principles in all of our STEM programs. Jared has a great sense of humor, and he's really dedicated to helping the students get involved in campus and in their community as well as in the sciences. He's a pleasure to work with in the sense that he really keeps the focus where it needs to be on helping students succeed.
His teaching style is very laid back, and he lets you learn in a way that's best suited for you. So, you know, he sees the potential in every student that he has.
He's very personable. Feels like he's, talking to each one of you as people, not just students, and still teaching you. He still maintains a good teaching discipline. He manages to convey what he's teaching very well. He works with his class. I know he teaches in a variety of different sorts of classrooms. In my case with Physics 4, a very small class where he's working with us more closely to one-on-one. He's able to teach all of those classes effectively.
One of the things that really excites me about the School of Science are all of the things that we do outside of the classroom and outside of the laboratory. Greenhouses, field science trips, just unique offerings that you don't find at a lot of community colleges. Setting up a telescope outside and looking and seeing what's out there and using that direct active learning type of strategy to really help students understand and appreciate the importance of STEM regardless of what their major is.
STEM in general is all about this process of learning through the scientific method.
All throughout science, it's people coming up against things they don't know. And the scientific method gives us the way to investigate those things, being open to new ideas, being open to being wrong.
In his astronomy class, I did learn about, space and the galaxy and everything else. I also got to learn about communicating with others in a skill that could be used in a job setting or, anything that you're going to need to use out of college.
A lot of the STEM classes you end up taking, math, computer science, those kind of things, teach you logic, which aren't really things you're going to get anywhere else. It's the problem-solving ability that you're really trying to learn, not necessarily you're going to spend every day of the rest of your life doing physics. How can I take a problem I've never seen before and approach it such that I can solve it?
I could point at any roller coaster at Six Flags and be like, Jared, how fast do you think that's going? And it blew my mind that he could do the math in his head and tell me oh, that one's going 50 miles an hour, that one's going 30.
In science, you learn a lot more from the failures than you do the successes. And I feel like in Jared's classes, I was beaten down every once in a while, which is very good because it gives me the experience of not necessarily being good enough, but always being willing to try harder.
If you ever need any help, his office door is always open. He's one of those instructors that he's got an open door policy, and he's really easy to talk to, and he helps you with anything you need help with.
I feel like Jared is one of the teachers who really cares about what he does. He's there when you need him. He's more than willing to answer questions, even if they're not necessarily about what he's teaching you.